Well, hello there, and welcome back to Acadian Comics. I'm your host, James Fodron, and this is episode 2 of Wizard Wayback, and this is issue 163 of Wizard Magazine from May 2005, cover 2 of 2. Let's get in on the action here. Bruce Campbell, the man with the screaming brain. Phil Noto, Mike Mignola. Some cover. Humberto Ramos, they did covers. It was Dark Horse. Okay, so we got some Batman Begins stuff in here. We got some Alex Ross. Star Wars. Just looking at the features here. Adam West profile. Star Wars stories. Avengers Tower. I'm skipping around a little bit, and just I want to add a caveat. It seems that people are liking these issues, or they're liking these episodes rather, of Wizard Magazine, kind of going through old issues of Wizard Magazine. So I'll keep these coming. I'm getting pretty good views. I mean, for the size of my channel, I think we just crossed over 70 subscribers. So if you haven't already, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, and it'll indicate to me, and the views and the likes will indicate to me that people are liking this new series that I'm doing, Wizard Wayback, and this is episode 2. So yeah, so we're gonna flip through and just look at it, and I'll add kind of my reaction and commentary. Columns and departments, page 8, the G spot. This must be Jeff Johns, talking about Jeff Johns on 16 in the news section. David Goyer on Blade Trinity DVD. Oh man, yeah. I've been watching a lot of. I watched the first Blade movie and Blade 2 like this week, and you know, I saw both. I saw Blade 2 and I saw Blade 3 in the theater. I didn't see Blade 1 in the theater, though. I wish I had, because that's the best one of the 3. Envelope of the month. See, that's what I was saying. I don't know. In the next, I've already recorded episode 3 of Wizard Wayback, and you know, as time progressed and as you got into the mid 2000s, this section got smaller and smaller. Like, they used to feature the runner-ups, and it would take up this whole panel here, envelope art of the month or envelope of the month, and now they just show like one. So that's kind of I missed that. That was always a nice little touch. They would show the envelopes and the contestants and everything, the runners up, so you can see the changes and variations in the editorial decisions by Wizard as we go through these episodes. It's kind of interesting to see, really. CGC. Oh, and tomorrow I'm going to Garden State Comic Fest 2024. I'm going to live stream from there. It should be exciting. I might post this video tonight so people can watch it, but if you're watching it tomorrow, just check on the channel, and it should be 10 a.m. tomorrow. I'll be live streaming 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Actually, wouldn't be Eastern Standard Time, it'd be 10 a.m. Eastern daylight time, because we're in daylight savings right now. Yeah. Just looking through here. Dark Phoenix, X-Men Phoenix End Song. Greg Park. Who's the writer on that book? Yeah. Midtown Comics. "20 Years of Watchmen." Look at Dr. Manhattan down there. I'm just going to read a little bit from Alan Moore. "Watchmen was very specifically about those times, with Cold War terror hanging over all of us, a certain nuclear nervousness that pervaded the decade. While it was about those times, I think it was also about broader, less specific human issues of power and responsibility, which probably account for the fact that today Watchmen is still selling regularly and doing wonderfully well." This was in 2003. Yeah. Yeah, I remember seeing the movie in the theater. Yeah, I mean, I don't hate it. There's like little moments that are just kind of funny. My favorite scene in the whole movie is when Rorschach is in the cafeteria, prison cafeteria line. You know, after he throws the boiling stuff on the guy's face and burns the guy's face. He's like, "I'm not in here with you. You're in here with me." What a great line, Mm-hmm. City of Heroes #1. And there's a look at that. Look at that. Well, that was from Top Cow, right? And look at that Dale Keown cover down there, the #1 variant. That little square right there, pretty sweet. Red Ninja: End of Honor. Oh, this is a PS2 game. Uh-huh. Tim's story tells Stanley not to ham it up too much as mailman Willie Lumpkin. Mm-hmm. Look at Chris Evans as the Human Torch. Johnny Storm. Before he was Captain America, I'm telling you. It was something. Oh, it's pretty sweet. Let's see. The Sentry. Marvel Superman. Guy Gardner. Black Sheep of Green Lantern. Now that he's finally regaining his ring and power battery in writer Jeff Johns and artist Ethan Van Sciver's Green Lantern Rebirth miniseries, we can't wait to see him kicking ass and taking names. He doesn't really need the names in the DCU. Up Close with Christian Bale. Batman Begins. You know what's crazy is I've since learned that Cillian Murphy, which he's a great actor. I love the show Peaky Blinders, 28 Days Later. He's been in some really good movies, and Oppenheimer. He screen tested for Batman with Christopher Nolan. As Bruce Wayne. It wasn't bad, He could have done it too, but I think it all worked out the way it was supposed to. Forget everything that came before. This is not a prequel or sequel. We're recreating the whole lore. Yeah, they did. It was a good 3 movies. Like they got good, and they were good. Yeah. Good stuff. I'm just cursorily scanning through because we have a lot of ground to cover. Check this out. It's the Avengers Tower, established in 2005. 93 stories, 1,138 feet. Construction cost $600 million. Pretty cool. General Mills Massacre. Huh. Jedi Mind Treats. The 7 coolest Star Wars comic books of all time. I don't agree with this. I've flipped through this already. I don't agree with Wizards' ranking here. Papa don't reach. Who's the worst father? Darth Vader or George R. Binks? Right, the son. With son Jar Jar. George R. Binks. Wait a minute. Wait. George R. Binks, Star Wars Tales 20. This was all under the Dark Horse umbrella, I think. Right? Did Dark Horse put this out? Oh, this is a gag. They're pulling your leg. Pulling my leg. Okay, they had to throw some real comics in here. Star Wars Tales, number 9, Resurrection. Star Wars Infinity's A New Hope. Sith Honors, a lowdown on Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. What's in store for Episode 3? Wookiees, and more Wookiees. What's the month on this? Well, May. Well, this is when it came out. Like, I remember seeing Revenge of the Sith in the theater in 2005 in May. And that's when it was released, in May. Yeah. Hit theaters May 19th. That's right. I was there. I saw it multiple times, too. In my opinion, it was the best of the prequel trilogy, Revenge of the Sith. Yep. Those are my AirPods. They're fully charged. Hold on a second. Yeah. Tag and Bink are dead. Star Wars Jango Fett open seasons. Look at that Jango Fett. It's a lot different than Jango Fett now. I'll tell you that. Star Wars Darth Maul. Yeah, I'm reading this Darth Maul comic by Marvel Comics, and Jan Durisma, he penciled it. It's in black and white, so that's interesting. Excuse me, that's interesting. Star Wars Empire. Don't be a Vader hater. In Empire, not only must Vader deal with betrayal from within, but he also has to rely on backup from Boba. Because Boba Fett was the coolest character in the world until they ruined him too. With that terrible TV show. Take on the original Freedom Force versus the Third Reich. It's a game. Oh, it's a game. Oh. Alright. Crisis Confidential. DC. Infinite Crisis. Our heroes are going to get their asses kicked for a while. They've got to face the worst day in the DC universe and see if they can survive. They've got to face the worst. Yeah. Jeff Johns. Ed McGuinness returns with a vengeance. Batman, Superman. The Ultimates Wizards Q&A. Ultimate Nightmare. Before leaving Ultimates behind, Mark Miller and Brian Hitch plan to mess up the entire world. Nice little interview here. Yeah. He's from Glasgow, Mark Miller. Glasgow, Scotland. I've never been to Glasgow. I've been to Edinburgh. I've been in the Highlands. I've been to the Isle of Skye. J. Michael Straczynski. Wizard World, Philadelphia, June 3rd through 5th, 2005. Pennsylvania Convention Center. Brian Hitch. Look at that. Look at Thor. That's pretty badass right there. I really like the arms. I mean, look at the anatomy he's got in the arms, and I like how the water is on him there. It's really good. Ultimate Crystal Ball. Here you go. I think that was Jim Lee, huh? Yeah, drew that. Wild Wild West. For 3 years as TV's Batman, Adam West lived the life of a rock star, indulging in his wildest fantasies, including fame, fortune, more groupies than he could remember. Oh my god. This is funny, man. Destructive duo. Burt Ward adored Adam West, but their egos clashed to the point where they would battle over who would emerge from their trailer first. Well, we know who was going to get to the bathroom first. It was Burt Ward. According to Ethan Van Sciver, he was at a convention and he wanted to use the bathroom. Burt Ward's security blocked off the bathroom so he couldn't go to the bathroom. And then Burt Ward came out, and then the security guy left with Burt Ward. That's how you figured out that Burt Ward had a security detail lock up the bathroom so no one else could use it. That's so damn funny. That's such a funny story. I don't know which videos you would have to. I mean, you'd have to check it out. But oh my god, I was when EVS told that story, I was laughing so hard. I thought that was funny as hell, actually. Oh my god. Yeah, go check out Comic Artist Pro Secrets, and somewhere in there, you could probably send a chat or something, and he would tell the story again. It's a funny story. The Beast engorged himself at will. No woman was safe, married or not. Burt Ward. Oh my god. Jeez. I mean, this is pre-cancel culture, This is funny stuff, though. I'm gonna laugh at it. I think it's funny. It's just so funny. As big as a beetle. American Idol. He was an American icon. Adam West also helped inspire a national craze with his psychedelic gyration, the Bad Tootsie. Yeah. Everyone knows that meme. All right, moving on to some serious business here. Alex Ross, Inside the Artist Gallery. Superman Forever cover in June 1998. Everyone knows this one. God, I'm trying to cut back on the glare. I'm sorry. I'm going to have to hold the page so you can see it properly. Yep. Terminator Burning Earth, 1990. Check that little... It's really small down here, but... Alan Moore tribute. Wow, look at Swamp Thing. John Constantine. The Watchmen. New X-Men. Wizard 95 cover. Issue 95. July 1999. Galactus Invades. Marvel's trade paperback cover, 2003. Oh, that's awesome. I remember this one too. And then this was Wizard 42. Look at Ant-Man. Look at this. Look how cool. Look at this. Look at Alex Ross. Isn't he great? Just amazing. He's always in the top like 5 artists in every issue of Wizard magazine when they have that section. Kingdom Come. Look at that. Captain Marvel. Wait, he kind of looks like Shazam. It's like they're kind of... That's weird. It's like they look the same. That's so odd. Battle of the Planets. Christopher Reeve and Tom Welling. Down here. I'm sorry, I slipped a little bit. I've got this plastic pad on my desk and it slides around a little bit, so I apologize. Astro City. Spider-Man 2. Wizard World Tour. Earth X Sketchbook. I remember this one. Wizard 77. Yep. Yep, I remember this too. I just got this book actually, but I have the it's a black cover, 200-page 250-page book. Some good stuff in there. I'm looking forward to practicing with it. More Jim Lee. John Romita tribute. Batman black and white pinup. Look how he's got like the lashes on his back. Superman and Batman. George Bush versus the Statue of Liberty. Okay. Wizard World Tour Chicago, August 5th through the 7th, 2005. Don't miss it. You'll never know who will show up this year. Yeah. They were speculating who was going to be Wonder Woman. They thought Will Wheaton. Will Joss Whedon, not Will Wheaton. Will Joss Whedon make us wonder? They're talking about Joss Whedon, not Will Wheaton. Wow, they did an interview with Tom Cruise. Oh, this is about War of the Worlds. I remember that came out the same summer as episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. Yeah. Cast of Krypton. Latest edition of Superman Returns. Harold and Kumar go to White Castle. Cal Penn. What attracted... Back to Tom Cruise. What attracted you to the film? War of the Worlds was always a book I enjoyed. I felt the story could be relevant. All the elements are exciting. And obviously there was an opportunity to work with my friend again. Steven Spielberg. I'm playing a father in this. It's the biggest... smallest movie we've made. You were once attached to do an Iron Man movie. It's not happening with me. Oh, this is interesting. Okay. Because we all know that Robert Downey Jr. is Iron Man, right? And bear in mind, this is May 2005, right? So Iron Man comes out in 2008. So let's follow up on this. This is interesting. Let's pull on this thread here. Why is that? They came to me at a certain point. When I do something, I want to do it right. If I commit to something, it has to be done in a way that's special. As it was lining up, it just didn't feel to me like it was going to work. I need to be able to make decisions to make a film as great as it can be. It just didn't go down the road that way. Wow. I bet he's kicking himself now. Maybe not. So there wasn't enough creativity for you to commit to Iron Man? It was 2 years before we decided to make War of the Worlds. Obviously, I trust Steven. He's the most prolific storyteller cinema has ever known. So working with him, there's a trust and excitement like, what is Steven going to do with that? I want that with all my films. I've never just made a movie to make a movie. I've always made them because I was really interested in the story. I wanted to make that kind of picture with Iron Man and see what it would take, and it was an adventure for me. For that, it just wasn't panning out. Yeah, well, everything happened as it should have. So, interesting. Can you imagine if Tom Cruise was Iron Man? Hot picks. So look for Dynamic Figures signed by Alex Ross and Jim Lee. Those were $50 a piece. Dynamic Forces Green Lantern Rebirth number one print. That would have been signed by Ethan Van Sciver for $19.95. You know, this is back in 2005, so that wasn't cheap then. You know, it's not cheap now. But you know, independent books that are through Indiegogo and or Comicsgate books, generally you're gonna pay $25 a book. You know, sometimes more depending on what tiers you go with. Blade Runner, comic book, alternate ending highlight director David Goyer's Blade 3 DVD. Let's see, what does David S. Goyer have to say about Blade, the Blade Trinity DVD? Writer-director David Goyer remembers it was DVD sales that actually helped get the first sequel off the ground. We've always made the most money from these films on DVD, so it's important that we do a really good job with them, explained Goyer. And it's fun to come up with concepts and features in the midst of actual production. Blade Trinity will have both R-rated and an unrated extended version out on the same day. An unusual move. The extended version contains an additional 11 minutes of footage. I always hate it when they release the stripped down version of a movie first and then 2 or 3 months later release the one with all the extras, said Goyer. I think it's a betrayal to the fans, so he pushed to release both versions at the same time so fans could choose which one they want. I'm going to skip to the bottom here. Both editions will also contain an alternate ending to Blade Trinity. It's a darker ending, which I prefer, teased Goyer. It leaves Blade in a less heroic place. I believe it's more appropriate for his character. I think that's the ending where he's on the motorcycle on his own, and I can't remember it, but actually I watched a YouTube video with the alternate ending. You can go find it. It's all on YouTube. Toy Fair. It's the new Ghost Rider, Vengeance. Yep. Look at Electro. Toywiz.com. Batman Begins the video game experience. I'm sure it's nothing like the Batman games now. People love the Batman games now, like the Arkham games. I've never played them. Here we go. Manga and anime. So the writing was on the wall. They knew they had to talk about this stuff. Naruto, Samurai Champloo. Yeah, it's all in here. Look at Uncut Dragon Ball Z, unseen footage debuts on DVD set. Must read books for April. Green Lantern Secret Files. New Avengers. Crossfire. Postermania. Yeah, we're getting to the end here. We're almost there. Michael Turner Millennium Edition. I have this. I have this. I have this right. I'm looking right at it. Actually, it's on my bookshelf. I've got books right in front of me. It's right there. Well, that was interesting. We turn the page and then they have a bookshelf section. Pretty cool. Captain America. Mm-hmm. What? Event Horizon. Is this... Hold on a second. Event Horizon? I gotta look that up. Is that like a spinoff of the movie Event Horizon? I gotta look that up. Wow. Okay. See, I learned stuff even today. Look. This is an old comic book magazine from May 2005, and I learned something new. As soon as I'm done with this video and I upload it, I'm gonna go look up the Event Horizon comic, because with eBay you can get anything really. Hot 10 comics. Number 1, The New Avengers. Number 2, Green Lantern Rebirth. Number 1. Yeah. Hot 10 writers. Okay, we're coming to the end here. Here we go. Brian Michael Bendis. He's like always number 1. Him and Mark Miller and Jeff Johns, they're like always in the rotation, you know. They're always in the rotation. Michael Turner's number 3. David Finch, number 4. Ethan Van Sciver, number 5. Yeah. Greg Land's number 8. Mark Silvestri, number 6. Ed McGuinness, 7. Steve McNiven, 9. Jimmy Chung, 10. Secret Files. Yep. We're getting to the end here. So this is the comic book price guide. All that's in here, you know. And as I said probably on previous videos, I was never in a position to really, you know, go to a comic shop when I was reading this. So they just didn't have a straight up comic shop around. So and I wasn't really a collector at that point. You know, I didn't have that kind of disposable income to do that sort of thing. Not Your Father's reprints. I just don't want to tear the pages. All the different shows and cons. The bullpen. Oh my god. Green Lantern Corps. These are cards. And that will conclude this episode. Episode 2. Dose. Of Wizard Wayback. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. More Wizard Wayback will be on the way. And I'll catch you right here next time at Acadian Comics.